back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate. And if you are new here, please subscribe to this channel. Just tap the small subscription button. It is at the bottom of your screen. Tap subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any time we upload a video. I really appreciate. I don't take you for granted taking your time to sit and watch this video. I'm so grateful. And today I want to talk about mental, or what we call emotional pain. And just maybe by a small definition, emotional pain is mental anguish, or the emotional anguish, what comes when something that you cannot really explain, because it is not physical. So it is the pain that is caused by non-physical causes. And emotional pain has so many origins. There are so many things that can cause emotional pain, and among them, unfulfilled expectations. You are expecting something and it has not gone as you wanted, and your spirit is crushed, your heart is crushed, and that can be a source of emotional pain. There is also abuse. We talk of verbal abuse, even physical abuse, sexual abuse. Any form of abuse can be a source of emotional pain. Also neglect. If you are neglected, maybe when you are growing up, and even now as an adult, you've been abandoned. Somebody who is in marriage, your partner abandoned you and left you with the children, and you don't know what you're going to do, and you don't know the fate of your life. That is also something else that can cause emotional pain. And also the economic hardships. And right now we are living in very stringent times. The COVID-19 and everything that is happening. So there are so many people who do not know even where their next meal will come from. And seeing your children languishing in hunger, and even your loved ones, it can be a source of emotional pain. So emotional pain comes in so many different forms, and so many things can be a cause of emotional pain. And maybe you are there and you may be asking, how can I know that I'm suffering from emotional pain? Or how can I know that my loved one is going through emotional pain? And one of the main indicators of emotional pain is what we call prolonged sadness. That this person is ever sad. And outbursts of anger, outbursts of, crying for no reasons. A person who is suffering from emotional pain, it's like a bomb, a time bomb that is just waiting to explode anytime, any minute. So you find that these people, they are easily provoked. Even something small can make this person cry uncontrollably. So that is one of the things that can make you know that I am suffering from emotional pain, or my loved one is suffering from emotional pain. Another thing is isolation. You isolate yourself from the people who care for you. You isolate yourself from your loved one, from your family, because you just want to stay by yourself. You don't know, you don't know how to relate well with people, because you are hurting, because you are going through a lot. And that is also that also comes with withdrawal. Isolation also comes with withdrawal, that even the activities that you once enjoyed doing, you no longer find them enjoyable. There are people who also suffer from flashbacks, and especially those who went through a lot of trauma in their childhood, and all that is buried in them. But once in a while, they will suffer those tormenting flashbacks. That every time you are remembering of somebody who hurt you, you are remembering of an ordeal that you went through, and it left you so broken. So if you are always reliving those moments that something bad happened in your life, you might want to seek help, because that is an indicator that you are suffering from emotional pain. I've talked about outbursts of anger. There is also anxiety. There is also being agitated so fast, because what happens when you are wounded and you don't deal with it, you bleed even unto other people. We say that a wounded person will also wound others, and will also bleed, will bleed on others even who did not wound them in the first place. So it is important for you to identify some of these indicators. If you find that somebody is always crying, that somebody is always sad, and one of the sad parts with being sad for so long, one of the unfortunate thing is that person become numb. Like they become like a zombie. They no longer feel. They don't, it's not like they no longer feel, but they don't want to feel, because so many bad things have been happening to them, to a point where they can't take it anymore. And because they know that they can't take it anymore, they shut. And once a person shuts down, this person cannot be effective if they are if they in corporate sector, or they are doing business, or they are raising their children, or whatever they are doing in the society. They become incapacitated because they are not able to perform. So being numb, it's a very dangerous place to be in, because you just find yourself absorbing so much until you can't take it anymore. So it is important to investigate. It is important to know what is the source of this sadness. Can something be done concerning the sadness of this person? And when we have looked at those indicators, I want us to see the healing. Because when all is said and done, the main thing is to heal. The main thing is to restore you back to the position you were before all these chaotic things happened in your life. And one of the important things when it comes to healing is to acknowledge or to accept. Because acceptance opens you up. And acceptance and acknowledging, they opens you up to what you are feeling. Because earlier I mentioned about numbness. When you are numb, when you don't want to acknowledge that you are feeling these painful things in your heart. But once you acknowledge them and you accept that yes, this is what happened, and I was hurt, and I am ready to seek help. Allow yourself to feel all those feelings. And sometimes it is so inconveniencing, because not many of us want to experience the pain. Not many of us want to experience the inconveniencing of digging deep into our conscience and getting to unravel what has been eating us up. Because emotional pain is like cancer. It will eat so slowly, until now this person is like an empty shell, because you never discussed it. You're just masking up. You are masking up the pain. You are pretending that the pain is not there, but where else this pain is really eating you up. So it is important to acknowledge. It is important to acknowledge. And I just want you to pause for a moment and search yourself and get to understand, is there any form of pain? Is there any form of emotional pain that I have not dealt with? And I'm not advocating digging so deep, the things that maybe happened so long time ago. But if it is something that has been disturbing you, maybe you've been having flashbacks, you've been reliving something that happened to you. That is a good point of indicating that you have not yet healed from whatever that happened to you. So it is important to acknowledge, it is important to accept, it is important to do what we call a soul searching. You just go through your soul and get to realize if there is something that is hidden that has been causing you so much pain, and get to deal with it. Something else that I would like to talk about is the issue of forgiveness. And forgiveness is not as simple as we would like it to be. Because remember that you went through something that you feel it was an injustice. It was unfair. And so getting to forgive this person Sometimes it's not as easy as we would like it to be. It is quite a process. But just to summarize is to say that forgiveness does not mean you forget. But forgiveness is freedom from pain. Forgiveness is freedom from those unpleasant feelings, the heavy heart. Once you realize, once you decide to forgive, and I know I will do another video on the steps of forgiveness and how you're supposed to come to that place where you say, now I have forgiven this person, I have let them go. And I say that, I always say, and I always tell people, even when I'm talking to people, I always say that forgiveness does not mean you continue entertaining that person. Or forgiveness does not mean that you restore that person to the same position that they were. You can forgive somebody, you are at peace with them, you have no problem with them, but you no longer have that fellowship that you had before then. You can forgive someone, but they are no longer in that position that they were. So forgiveness and restoring the person, restoring the relationship that to the position that it was, that is a very personal choice. That is something that you decide on yourself, depending on the nature of your relationship, depending on the nature of the offense, and so many other determinants that will dictate whether once you forgive, you are ready to walk with this person again, or you are ready to just let go and be at peace with yourself. So forgiveness is a very important topic. It's a very important area that needs to be discussed because it does not come as easy as we may believe. Another thing of healing from emotional pain, when I'm still at that point of forgiveness, is also getting to know your role. What part did you play in that? In whatever, in this circumstance that we are discussing? Because so many times we play victims, but we are not victims 100%. We also offended people in the process. There is also something that we did. So I'm not saying there is something that justifies anything. There is nothing that can justify severe emotional injury and all that. But once in a while, you realize that you also had a part to play. And that is where even your own forgiveness comes in. Maybe you offended that person. Maybe in one way or another, you also provoked this person. So once you are in this moment of accepting and acknowledging and just doing a thorough soul searching, remember, all this is for your freedom. You want to set yourself free. You know, the burden of offense, the burden of bitterness that comes with emotional pain is such a huge burden to bear. So you want to just set yourself free, and you are not leaving anything to chance. So if there is something that you know you did, and there is a room to seek forgiveness, if there is a room to repent, just do it, and do it promptly, so that once you do that, it is released from your heart, and you are able to keep on. The other thing that I really love talking about, and it is very close to me, it is the power of choice. We can choose, because even God himself, he has given us the power to choose. We can choose, we can choose to hold on to offense, to bitterness, to pain, or we can choose to let go. And this also goes back to the issue of forgiveness and letting go. So you are not, just to tell you that you are not a prisoner of your emotional pain. Because so many times we stay there, we think over it, we ruminate over whatever people, the injustices that have been done to us. And the more we are held there captive, the more the pain just proceed, and the more we are, the more we are left helpless. So I want us to know that we are not helpless. We can choose. You can choose from the bottom of your heart. that from today, I will not allow this pain to rule me. From today, I will not allow bitterness to rule me. From today, all these emotional anguish that has been making me, I cannot even work. I cannot even, I cannot even be useful to my family. I cannot even interact with people in the society because of how heavy my heart is. You can choose to rise above it. I'm not saying it is a one-off. It is something that will require time. It is something that is one day at a time. Every day you wake up, you are waking up determined that this is the day that I am going to deal with this small area. I am going to deal with this small portion of the pain. And before you know it, a huge chunk of this pain will have disappeared, and before you know it, you'll be a free person once again. So it is important to learn not to hold on to bitterness. Because what happens is that you become offended. You ruminate over the offense. You turn it around in your mind, in your heart, and it graduates to anger. And anger, you stay with it, you stay with it, you stay with it until it gives birth to bitterness. And bitterness, you stay with it until now you're just so hard-hearted. There is nothing good that you are seeing out of your life or out of the people that are surrounding you. So it is important to make a choice every day to deal with that pain, one portion at a time. And also when you are still in that, seek help. Seek help from trained therapists. They are there. Seek help from, your spiritual authorities. Seek help even from trusted friends. And please be careful the person that you open to, because there are people that you'll open to, and you'll open up to, and they will find it a good opportunity to just spread the whole thing out there. So be careful, because when you are suffering emotional pain, you are very vulnerable. You are very vulnerable. You don't want anything that will trigger the past wounds. You don't want anything that will trigger or that will magnify this pain. So be sure that the person that you are opening up to, it is a person that is trustworthy. Example, a therapist. A therapist is somebody, and you sign a confidential form that in case that the information you share in that therapy room is not supposed to be shared outside. And in case any person breach that, there are legal consequences to that. So it is important to seek help. It is important to acknowledge that you really need somebody who will walk you through that. And another thing that has always been, it has always guided me every time I've been through an emotional anguish, or every time I have also done my own messes in life. I ask myself, what is the lesson? What is the lesson in this? What can I learn from this pain? Because nothing comes by chance. Maybe you went through this pain to know and to gauge how strong you can be, how patient you can be. How the character of perseverance can be molded in you. So it is important to learn the lesson. Don't let the pain to just go by, or don't let the pain to just control you without getting to know what is the lesson. And for us who know God, for us who are in the faith, we ask ourselves, what is God teaching me through all this? I've gone through this pain. Maybe I have lost a loved one. I have lost an opportunity. I wanted maybe to go abroad and I've been denied a visa, or I didn't get money to buy the air ticket. What is the lesson? For us who are in the faith, we will ask ourselves, what does God want to teach me in this? So never miss a lesson in everything that you are going through. So just analyze your pain. And sometimes you learn that the lesson was even the pain was worthwhile, because the lesson that you have learned there, the what we call priceless nuggets out of that experience. So So it is important to learn all that and to know that you are not alone. You are not alone. Don't be a lone ranger in life. Seek help. Go out there. Connect with the people. You know, don't lock yourself in the house, because what happens is that once you lock yourself in the house, depression sets in. And depression, it's another monster that I don't even want to get there, because depression will just reduce you to nothing. So ensure that you don't wallow in emotional pain for so long. We say that take the highway, be the bigger person. If the person who hurt you does not want to apologize, purpose it in your heart that you are going to forgive them, not for you. I mean, not for them, but for you, but for your own peace of mind, for your own mental stability, for the people that are looking up to you, so that you don't hold on to pain so much and destroy your life and destroy the lives of the people that are looking up to you. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope and I pray that you have learned something from this video, that no matter the pain that you have gone through, there is solution. Learn the lesson, take care of yourself, know that you are not alone. And in case of anything, in case you're going through some anguish and you'd like to seek help, you can contact me. I will leave my contacts there. I will also leave my social media handles in the description. You can reach out to me and I will be of help. So until next time, God bless you so much. And if you have not subscribed, once again, subscribe to this channel, like, share with your friends, and let us grow together. Thank you so much. Bye bye.